What is going on, everyone? It is a new month, and that means it is time for another unboxing of Video Games Monthly. I'm Jay, the channel is Square Pegs. I don't know what's in this box. I have not opened it yet. I have only freed it from its priority mail prison. So what do you say? Let's hop on over to the table, let's take a look and see what's inside. Alright guys, as is always the case, like I said, I have not opened this box yet. You are seeing this same time I am. Let's find out what's inside. Alright, starting off, we are opening things up, and we have, without giving too much away, we have our... Oh, I got a 2-up this month, which means I'm gonna get 2 extra games in this box. That's pretty awesome. All right, next up is Frisbee. It's a Floyd Mania Frisbee. Like I always say, I love these little bits of ephemera. I love getting stuff like this. I just, it's simple merch, but it's stuff that's fun. Let's see what else we got. All right, next up we have, that's a Genesis game. Let's see, it is Desert Demolition starring the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Let's take a look. I'm a sucker for the Looney Tunes, and Desert Demolition starring the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote is... it's better than I thought it was going to be. I played some Looney Tunes games recently that were really rough, and this one is a lot better than what I experienced there. I fully anticipated this to be the Duck Dodgers experience I had on the Super Nintendo, but this is a lot better. The controls are a lot better, the animation is smooth, the sound effects are pretty good. It feels like a Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoon stuffed into a platformer. Now, there are certain things about the game I don't like. It's a little bit floaty. There's some stiffness to the movements and the jumping that you need to kind of train yourself to work around, because there are going to be certain obstacles in the game that you can't jump over just by using the jump button. You actually have to use the dive and attack button. But once you get used to that, the game plays a lot better. I'm okay with this one. It's not a spectacular game, but for a 16-bit licensed platformer, it's not terrible. All right, next game we have what feels to be another Genesis card. Oh, this one is an EA one. This one's a tall one, so let's see. Oh, Jungle Strike from... All right. I love this game. Let's take a look at Jungle Strike. The ace for this month is 100% Jungle Strike from Electronic Arts. I love the Jungle Strike and Desert Strike games, so getting this was just so cool. I remember playing these and renting these constantly as a kid, and this was one of my favorite games to play, and I am so happy to report that the game still plays brilliantly well, still looks good, still controls perfectly, and it is just so much fun to play. There's a certain charm to simple games like this that just kind of make you want to dive further into them, and being able to play this again as an adult and go through it and actually and be able to experience this today and have it elicit those same reactions that I had when I was a kid just makes me so happy. Jungle Strike, absolute ace, fantastic game. Really bummed at how bad the shape is of the cartridge. I'll show some pictures. Next up we have a GBA title. It is Driver 2 Advance. Okay, I haven't played this one. All right, let's take a look at this one. So Driver 2 Advance is a continuation of the PlayStation 1 series. It was put out by Atari, and it's rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a great game. It doesn't control terribly well. Doesn't look very good. It claims to be in Chicago, but I've been to Chicago, and that is no Chicago. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the quality of the titles. This is a lottery, like I've said before. But it's one of those games where, even though I don't want to look at the value of what I'm getting based on what I put into it, it's a $2 game, and it feels like a $2 game. This feels like a really forced port to the GBA, and I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look great on the Retron 5. I'll say that. It's really blown out. It looks a lot better on a smaller screen because it's a little bit more condensed and a little more compacted, and that looks a lot better than when it is on a full screen here. But yeah, just not terribly impressed with Driver 2. I don't know, just not great. Next up is a Super Nintendo cartridge, and it is Space Football. I don't know anything about this one. My outlook is not high on this one, let's say that. All right, let's take a look. And here's a game I've never heard of before. Space Football 1-on-1 for the Super Nintendo is decidedly one of the worst gaming experiences I have ever had, and that is not Video Games Monthly's fault. This is just a terrible game. I've never heard of this before. It plays like crap. It looks terrible. It does not control well. The sound is bad. And yeah, while the game itself is not in the control of Video Games Monthly, the quality of the cartridge decidedly is. It wouldn't boot when I first put it in. I had to run it through and clean it myself. And looking at it a little bit more in depth and a little more closely, the back of the cartridge is cracked to hell. So yeah, that is something they could have controlled. I'll show some pictures of that one too. And finally, we have All right, one more GBA cart, and it is Duel Masters. All right, let's take a look at this one. Duel Masters Senpai Legends was a surprise. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know anything about the Duel Masters series. I don't know anything about the franchise it's based on, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. It's actually a fairly good playing game. It doesn't look terrible, and it's kind of neat to get a clever, well-thought-out card battler on the GBA. It's kind of tailor-made for that, and I really like having card battlers in portable form. And this one actually plays pretty well. I like the kind of the creature designs behind it. There are some things that I think if I had the instruction manual with the game, it would probably make a little bit more sense to me, because the tutorial in the game wasn't great. It's pretty bare bones. It just kind of lays out the basic ideas of what you're supposed to do. So there were some things that I kind of messed up as I played, but the further I got into it, the more I enjoyed it, and I think it's got some pretty cool style. I actually like this game a lot. I'm pretty pleased with this one. It's in pretty sorry shape as far as a cartridge goes. There's stickers and writing all over it, which kind of sucks, but yeah, no, the game itself is pretty good. Yeah, so wardrobe change. Not wearing the same stuff I wore at the start of the video, and there's a reason for that. I had an entire ending planned out and mapped out and kind of figured out what I was going to say, and then I took a closer look at the stuff I got, and my opinion has greatly changed. Now, it's real easy to set this up and complain about things like the value of the games you get in your box, or things like the quality of the games you get in your box. This is a lottery. I mean, we understand that. This is something where you're not really sure what you're going to get, and you run the risk of getting things like Driver 2 Advance, and there's always the chance that it's going to be some kind of a stinker of a game that you don't care about. And yeah, I mean, that is pretty much this month, with the exception of Jungle Strike. Pretty much everything on the list I don't care about. They're not good. They're not good games. But where I kind of draw the line and where I get kind of upset about what I received based on what I paid for is the fact that the cartridges I got are in horrific condition. Jungle Strike is broken. There's parts of the cartridge missing. There's a big, huge crack in it, and you're seeing in the picture right now. Space Football 1-on-1's the same way. A huge crack along the back of it that's completely caved in. The Duel Masters cartridge has writing and stickers all over it. The Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cart, the sticker is completely destroyed. Jungle Strike has stickers on it and is in bad shape, has tears all over it. It's a frustrating thing to put money into something and receive items that I wouldn't have bought in a store, and that were I the company running this, I wouldn't have sold or shipped to somebody. There has to be some kind of quality assurance involved here, because what I received wasn't acceptable. Now, I'm not canceling my subscription. I still think that there is a uniqueness to this service, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it is very tempting to just say wow it and cancel it all, and just take the money I would spend every month and go to my local game store here and spend that money on things. And that might actually be a video I do as a follow-up, where I take the $45 a month I spend between the actual subscription and the shipping and go over to Second Chance and pick up $45 worth of games. And I might do that this weekend, actually. Maybe I'll go see what I can pull off there and see how that feels. It's funny, because at the start of this, I was able to really be excited about this service, and it was something that I liked and something I felt was an opportunity for people to extend their collections for retro systems and to really get quality stuff. And the first few I got were fantastic, and the last two I've gotten have been bad. Just putting it plainly. Yeah, not really sure what else to say there. If you dig what I do here, check out the Patreon, check out the social media links down below, check out the merchandise link. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, take care. Talk to you soon.